shocked. It was clear that something had happened.
I shouted
don't go
in
near that.
surprise. Gosh!
What's up, ASA gang? Gabriel Mendez here, back again with another video, and today I am going to be watching a video from Wansee Entertainment, and it's called 2 Horror Stories Animated Break-In and Cave. So yeah, and now with all that being said, let's get this started.
I'm a game addict. It's been over a year since I locked myself in the corner of my room every day and haven't smelled people's breath. But I didn't know that this game addiction would turn me into a hero. That day, I was defeating bosses in the dungeon yet again.
Okay.
Bow your head before my champions, or I'll crack your skull wide open.
I was playing the game happily for a while, but suddenly I heard my mom yelling from the first floor.
Mom?
I muttered to myself while playing the game.
Damn, this guy's a huge fan of Raid Shadow Legends.
Then I heard the sound of a window breaking and my mother screaming. I was shocked. It was clear that something had happened. I went to the stairs and looked down on the first floor to see a masked man holding a knife and tying my mom's hands.
Oh shoot.
My blood boiled, but I quietly went back into my room.
I never thought I would be using you for something like this.
In my room was the Stag Knight's armor. I had spent all my money to custom make it to the highest standards.
What the heck?
I put on that armor, grabbed the huge shield and axe, and went down the stairs. As I pounded down the stairs in my heavy armor, the robber looked at me, and I could see his pupils shaking under his mask. And he fell down screaming. He trembled as if he was surprised I could do such a thing. Of course, it wasn't a real axe, but it was so heavy and hard that it was a legitimate weapon. He tried to stab me with his knife, but it was useless against my armor. I shouted the name of a skill and hit the top of his head with an axe again, causing him to pass out.
Oh shoot.
I then called the police and they arrested him when they arrived. From then on, my mom loved that I played this game, and I became a hero.
Cave horror story.
I used to enjoy mountain climbing as a hobby, but now, when I hear the word mountain, I shudder. About 6 years ago, I was hiking as usual and came across a cave. There were bones in the cave. I didn't know whether they were from animals or people, and I was chilled to the bone when I saw them. I walked into the cave to get a closer look at the bones. To my surprise, a strange figure, like a small human, was crouching in the cave. I shouted
don't go
in
near that.
surprise.
Gosh, what are you doing here in this dark cave without light?
But it did not move an inch, like
nope.
a statue. I moved closer. It looked like the back of a very small child
Bro, no.
sitting
Get out of
crouched.
there.
I approached and said to it.
Hey kiddo, this is pretty dangerous. Ah!
Bro,
However,
stop.
when I looked at its body up close, I realized it was made of thin, wood-like bones. It then turned its head quickly, and I could see several large, insect-like eyes on its face, and dozens of saw-like teeth in
What
its
the
mouth.
heck?
Then its mouth doubled and unfolded, suddenly spitting out
Oh!
strange liquid toward me. I felt an enormous pain as the liquid got on my face and body. I tried to wipe it off, but it was stuck hard, like glue, and I couldn't make it come off, no matter how hard I tried. I attempted to run away, but it grabbed my thighs with its legs.
Oh shoot.
Its feet felt like scissors, and the tips were sharp like knives.
Ooh.
Its feet pressed against my skin with tremendous pressure, and it began to tear my skin. I screamed, ripped its legs off,
There you go.
and ran away desperately. It rushed to chase me, jumping to heights.
Oh no.
I ran for quite a long time, and when I finally got out of the cave and turned around, it didn't go out of the cave. It went right back into
I don't
it.
think it likes
I
sunlight.
called the police and explained exactly what I saw, but they didn't believe me. They told me that I had just seen something wrong. I was so angry, but I couldn't help it. I looked at my face and body in the mirror when I got home. My skin was covered with red scars and a thick and clear liquid, and the skin on my thighs was seriously
Ooh.
torn with bloody gashes. I called my Uncle Jake, a tough guy who had been hunting for a long time. I told him what I had seen and asked him to capture it. Then he said,
I don't know what that is,
but I don't forgive the bastard who dared to spit on my nephew's face.
I'll catch it for you. Prepare some barbecue to grill him hot.
I met my Uncle Jake a few days later, and we went into the mountains
Why do I feel like this is gonna go horribly wrong?
together. I tried to find the cave again, trying to remember the location of the cave where I had seen it. We searched for a long time and finally found the cave. We slowly crept up to the cave
Wait, what
and
is that?
noticed the same thing was just on the inside. It was just sitting there, in the cave, crouching back. It was the same thing that I had seen before. I yelled at Jake, and he slowly approached, pointing a gun at it. Then
No,
it
you're not
suddenly
gonna be able to
jumped
shoot
and
it.
started
Yeah.
spitting the strange liquid at us. Jake clutched his face, screaming in pain, and dropped the gun. It then jumped toward Jake, grabbing his arm,
Oh,
and started
no.
biting him. Jake's tremendous screams shook the cave,
I
and
knew
I could
it.
hear the bones snapped in his arms. When I saw it, my body stiffened with fear, and I couldn't move my legs. Jake's arm was torn wide open and bleeding,
Oh,
with his blood
shoot.
pouring out, and I thought he would die. I ran over, picked up the gun, aimed it precisely, and pulled the trigger. But it pounced on me even after being shot. I shot it again and again. Then it jumped up and down to run away and fell to the ground. I immediately called the police, and they arrived after a while. They were shocked when they saw its body and took it to the station. After that, all I heard from them was that doctors were investigating the mysterious creature's body, and I haven't heard anything since. Jake was transferred to the hospital and had to undergo surgery due to severe damage to the tendons and ligaments in one of his arms. The doctor said he would have died if he hadn't accidentally severed his artery. Jake said it felt like someone cut his flesh with steel scissors when it bit his arm. After that, Jake no longer goes hunting and always tries to avoid talking about the moment we had in the cave, and I could see his whole body shivering every time I brought up the story.
Was that first story like a shout out or a promotion for Raid Shadow Legends? Because if that is, that's kind of cheap, to be honest. See, I knew something bad was gonna happen in the second story when the what was it, the nephew? I don't know if he was a nephew or not, but when he brought his uncle, I knew the thing was either gonna kill him or attack him, but hey, I guess he survived. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like and subscribe. Comment if you guys feel like it. Also, follow me on Snapchat and TikTok. And as always, I see you guys in the next one. Peace out.